welcome to the Lost Birds Knitting Podcast. I am Allison, also known as Lost Birds on Ravelry and Lost Birds Fiber on Instagram.
Hello, I am Danielle, and I'm also known as Bright D on Ravelry and Lady D Bright on Instagram. And today is November 23rd, 2014. Today is Sunday.
Glad you knew it was November 23rd. I'm
the only reason
out of it today.
The only reason why I knew that, because I knew yesterday was the 22nd. But anyways, should we jump on in?
Yes. Why don't we?
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Sure, I will go first. It's been 2 weeks since we recorded.
Yeah, so we've got lots to share.
Yes. We didn't record last week. I apologize. That's completely and utterly my fault because my husband and I were celebrating our anniversary. So 6 long years. Okay, not really long years, because sometimes most of the time we're not in the same geographic location. So a lot of times is like independent.
Keeps things fresh.
Right, exactly. So it feels more like 3 or 4. Depending on whether or not I'm angry at him. But I am currently working on another baby vertebrae sweater, and forgive it has tangles in it. And this is Knit Picks Brava. I have some serious amount of Knit Picks Brava coming through here because I'm gonna make a ton of baby stuff for this craft fair that Allison and I are in. Coming up here December 6th, so I have 2 weeks to make as much baby items as I possibly can. I'm kind of trying something new on the sleeves. These are binder rings or book rings.
Who suggested that? I saw that somewhere.
I saw it both on the Fat Squirrel.
Okay. Yes, that's where I saw it.
And Knitting in Circles. Okay. Apparently there's a person out there who makes bags, and a binder ring comes on the bag, so they are suggesting, using that for. So I decided I'd give it a go and try it out versus waist yarn. But when I had trouble picking up the stitches for this sleeve when I had the secondary one on this one, so I don't know if it's just because I haven't done that technique before, or specifically because
it's kind of an odd shape to pick up from,
yeah,
or whatever.
Well, and
kind of stretches the stitches out or something.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you open it, it ends up being like the top of a heart, and it ends up being just a little bit strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, there is that. I started that yesterday and on our way to an event, and I'll talk about that later. And so I'm pretty happy on how well that's chugging along. So I have a small parade of small items over here.
You've been busy, yeah.
I have another extremely bright on this camera.
It's really red in person too.
Very,
it's
very
not
red.
Quite so bright, maybe.
I'm apparently going for a Christmas theme here with the shirt.
There's like thumbprints or something on the camera. I'm just noticing. I think we're a little blurry. I apologize.
So yeah, there's one baby vertebrae. I was thinking about making a Ravelry page of just baby vertebraes, and then just adding photos to it. Versus making
a separate project
for every single one.
That's probably what I would do.
So yeah. And then I have some hats. So you've seen this one. No, you haven't seen this one before.
One similar to it.
Yes.
That you already gave away.
Oh yeah, that I already gave away. So that is the Barley hat by Tin Can Knits, and there's a second one.
Very Christmassy.
Very Christmassy. I think I need to make a couple of these.
Yeah, you guys show it with the matching.
Oh yes,
She's making sets.
Yes,
so they're all matchy.
And
very cute.
I was having trouble. I was seeing red all over the place, so I needed to stop with the red, so I haven't started with the red sweater. Yeah, so, and then here's the second pair of socks. So I'm planning for in a set for the craft fair, so they'll be getting this sweater, the hat, and the booties all in one, and I'm planning on putting it in like a shirt box or a lingerie box. So it's all ready to go. All you have to do is wrap it. And you might not even have to wrap it, just shove it in a gift wrap bag, right? Or, in our case, a priority mailbox.
Yeah, right. You know what we actually use? Our reusable, like, cloth bags. I know that sounds
that's very
strange.
Japanesey of you.
It is very Japanesey. We did it growing up. Like, my mom always did that growing up. We had this set of Christmas bags. So, I mean, some things get wrapped, obviously, but it's really handy, especially for, like, last-minute gifts, not having to wrap them, and you just put them in and they're really pretty under the tree. So she made a set for my family too, so we're using them.
Very cool.
Yes.
So yeah, that's when I said that it's very Japanesey of Miss Allison, is because it's pretty normal for Japanese to give you a gift or anything like that that's in fabric or what is that kind of, it's like mesh papery fabric.
Yeah, kind of like what they make bags out of for, like, groceries.
Yes, exactly, yeah. And you can normally buy, like, a set of 3 of them with ribbon to put your gifts in, and that's wrapping.
Yeah, it's more than wrapping paper. You see, like, wrapping cloths or, like, really beautiful pieces of, like, square pieces of fabric that will be painted or something. And it's, like, part of the gift. It's really cool. I don't know. But it's, yeah, I'm not entirely sure on, like, the gifting etiquette, because there seem to be a lot of
rules involved
with gifting in Japan that are different from ours. And one of them has to do with, like, how you wrap it.
Right.
Like, wrapping it in paper, like we're used to, is kind of, I've heard it's almost, like, rude or something. Yeah, I'm not, and I don't know, like, all of the reasons behind that. But
I'm not 100% sure either. And there's different standards for different reasons why you're giving gifts too. Yeah. So if you have wronged somebody and you're giving them a gift as compensation for that, for being wronged, there's etiquette behind that. And
Japan has a lot of unspoken or unwritten rules. Just, there are a lot of rules. Yes. That we're not used to. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, sorry. Tangent. Side note. Last rye. This is Barley Hat by Tin Can Knits. And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, these are rye socks by Tin Can Knits. And I do enjoy doing the socks because they are just so quick.
Does that size come with the pattern?
This one here?
Yeah, like a toddler size or a baby size?
Yeah, this is the smallest size that is on the pattern. Okay. And then I switched out the standard heel flap and gusset that they suggest with the Fish Lips Kiss heel.
That works okay for you.
It works just fine. Like, with the worsted weight yarn, like, it's literally four times going back and forth.
Nice.
For the heel setup and then the heel decrease. So I guess 8 rows total. So zoom on that one. Nice. But that is the extent of my small person parade.
Okay. Do you have any other projects?
Nope, that's it. That I have been.
Well, I mean,
a one-woman focus.
Not that that's not a lot. You have a lot of baby stuff. Okay, so it's my turn. Well, I'm still working on these socks. Prior to this, I was making a lot of sport weight socks. Like, my last few pairs of socks have been sport weight, and so I forgot how much slower this fingering weight on size. These are on size 1s, and I don't even have very big feet. I'm just making these for myself. And there's the seed stitch stripe going up the side. They're kind of
Okay, Luna.
crinkly. Sorry, cord's in the way. This is a fish kiss lips heel. I always want to say fish lips kiss. Anyway. Okay, so I'm making progress on those socks.
I think fish kiss lips.
Fish kiss lips?
Yeah.
That's what I said first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I confused myself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And then this is that shift tote, and you'll notice it's a little bit less of a mess. I abandoned my clever, what I thought was a clever way to organize all of these. I'm going to try and show you without spilling them. So I just am keeping the little balls like inside. So each of these stripes is a different ball of yarn. So this was a kit from Knit Picks, the Shift Tote by Karen Daimler Lawrence. It's a really pretty bag. This isn't even a very good picture of what the finished bag looks like. There's some good pictures people have put on Ravelry. Anyway, it comes with 2 balls of chroma, and you have to split those 2 balls into, like, from each ball you have to make 8 little balls. So you end up with 16 little balls of yarn, and you're working them all at the same time. So each of these stripes is a different little ball of yarn. And so, as you can imagine, it gets very, very messy. This is intarsia. If I don't have bobbins or anything, I don't know that I've ever even done intarsia before, and certainly not on this crazy scale. So I have to admit, this is not getting worked on all that much. It's grown a little bit since last time, but I'm not really feeling the love for this pattern. I love how it looks, and I'll finish it eventually, but it's not like something I'm super motivated to work on.
I didn't realize that one side was not I didn't realize that it was not in the round.
It was in the round on accident on my part for the bottom, the purple part, but actually you're supposed to knit it
flat.
Yeah, you're supposed to knit the whole thing flat and then seam it up the side. And I think your colored your stripes are also supposed to match, but I think I've mixed up because the purple there's like a little teeny bit of purple stripe up here, and then a little teeny bit of purple stripe down on the bottom there, and I think somehow those were supposed to match up, and I messed it up, but I'm not going back, that's for sure. So maybe the rest of the stripes will match, I don't know. Anyway, this is actually using the bag, like the bottom of the bag, as my
project bag?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's actually a lot easier. It's certainly less chaos this way, and not having all those little balls like separated into Ziploc bags. It keeps, because you have to, you also have to, you know, like wrap the yarns as you come to each color change, so you don't get the hole. So you really have to I should probably have bobbins or figure out bobbins. I thought about doing the like Pinterest, it was in here somewhere.
A clothespin thing?
Clothespin thing, but it's really not that much better than just having them in center pull balls, so I kind of abandoned that idea. Anyway, I'm just gonna go with it. Knit Picks makes kind of these cool bobbins that like stick together and stuff, but I don't plan on doing enough intarsia to really
worry about that.
justify, yeah, that. So, at least not at this point in time. Nothing against Intarsia. I have a lot of stuff to show you guys, actually, because I have been working like crazy on lots of different little projects for the craft fair, like Danielle was talking about. We have two weeks, and so I'm just doing a lot of little things. And I'm making a lot of these little tiny bats. This one has sparkle and merino, bamboo, soy silk, BFL, Angelina, little mohair. So I'm making these little like 1 ounce bats. I'm making learn to spin kits. So a spindle and some wool, and then my plan is to also have like a video tutorial that you get a link to when you get the kit. But I still have to film that. So we'll see. What else?
Because you're planning on doing like top whirl spindles, right?
Yeah, I have top whirl spindles that I'm putting in the kit. What else? Oh, I'm kind of fancying up some knitting needles, but I don't have anything to show you right now. And
How are you fancying up some?
I'm making the ends.
Oh, with the clay you were saying, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm kind of making decorative ends on them. We'll see. I haven't done it yet. That's my plan though. I'm also making sea glass ornaments. So this is all sea glass that I've
harvested.
Yes. Here in Okinawa. I have a little bowl. And then I've soldered around them and added a ring at the top to hook them, and then I'm embellishing them and adding a stamped tag that says Okinawa and the year. It says Okinawa 2014. I don't know if it shows up in the video. And then these don't actually have hangers yet, but what I'm planning on doing is
forgive the crunching.
Huh? Yeah, sorry. I know that's annoying. I should have taken it out. Gosh darn it, they always tape the bags closed at the store.
Yeah, hopefully hinder people to not put more things in it as you're walking out.
Yeah. I'm gonna use, so these are like very Okinawan prints. Especially this yellow here is like the traditional Okinawan kimono is this print, and but they have these three colors, the red and the like kind of turquoise there. Those are all very like Okinawan colors. So I'm gonna use this actually as the ribbon to hang the ornaments with. You know, I'm gonna make.
Oh, that's cool.
Make them into ribbons. So, you know, it's not just the sea glass, but it's, you know, it's got other Okinawan elements. So, we'll see how that goes. And, okay, so I showed you guys this baby sweater that I'm knitting for a friend. It's the baby Pichu. It's just a Barocco pattern, and it crosses in front. Sorry, got like little things. Oh no, I dropped one. or something happened.
Did you want this one?
No, that's not the one. Oh well. There, it's this. Oh, I see it. It's under the stool. I'm not gonna get it because that would require a lot of very ungraceful pregnant lady movements. I'm big enough now that I'm like, you know, I'm getting the waddle and all that. So, anyway, this is the sweater, sort of. And it's supposed to have an like a button or something right here where it overlaps.
Here, we're gonna go like.
Oh, did you?
I brought one.
You brought that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I have more of these, but I thought you would see if it would fit.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Okay.
Except that I was gonna show you my my solution because I didn't. And actually, I found these like giant buttons at the craft store the other day that would have been perfect. But I've already decided that I had already decided that I was gonna make a crochet flower. It's got like a pearly button in the middle, and I have snaps, so I'm gonna put like it's gonna be a snap with the crochet flower, and then so I have a flower exactly like this to use as a snap, but then I decided to make like a little matching headband. So it's a crocheted headband. I don't know. I thought it was cute. These are really these seem to be really popular, these headbands. And so that led me, like, this was really fun to make. I don't crochet a lot, but it was really fun and quick, and I think they're cute. And so one of the things that I'm also going to try and make, since Danielle has baby stuff she's going to be selling, I decided I'd have a few baby things too. So I'm making more of these, like, little headbands. Plus I have a lot of, like, little acrylic bits to use up.
Yeah, babies are kind of prevalent out here.
Yeah, there are a lot of babies, and these, like, seriously, these kinds of things are super popular, I feel like.
Well, and they get lost all the time, so you have to replace them.
That's true, too. And so I have, like, a bunch more of these to put together. But, yeah, they have a little button in the middle. I think they're cute. I think they're super cute, so that's another project I'm working on. And so that's all the craft fair
items
stuff. Yeah. I have done a little spinning as well.
Hey.
Yeah. So I'm finished. I think I showed last time. This BFL is 100% BFL. It's Lost Birds fiber in the tropical colorway. So I finished spinning and plying it, and it's even had a bath. So it's all. Can't tell if it's focusing. I'm so sorry. I really think there's a thumbprint on the camera. I hope it's coming up clear enough. But I really love it. I love how it came out. It's fractal spun, so it should have an interesting gradient when it's knit up. And it's a fingering to
sport.
Yeah, it's like heavy fingering mostly, but it's sport in some areas maybe. But yeah, I'm happy with how it came out. And then I did I did some like little tiny skeins from little bats that I had laying around. And this one was from actually a hobbledehoy bat. And I think, I can't remember if these were her gemmy bats, maybe. But it was like the Starship colorway or something. But I just spun a little bit off of one of the bats to try this technique called coreless core spinning, and it's from a video that Lexi Boger has for free. I believe you can download it at her website, Pluck You Fluff.
I like the name.
Yeah. And so it's kind of like, well, you can watch the video, but it ends up looking a lot like core spun yarn, but there's actually no core in the center. So I was trying it out. This is like super, it's not balanced at all. It's really hard. So it's really hard to, for me anyway, to get a balanced core spun still. So I'm working on it.
I haven't even tried it, so you're one ahead of me.
Yeah. I keep hoping I can do it without the extra step of, a lot of people will take their core, whatever they're using as their core, and pre-spin that, so they'll put extra twist in it, or I think you put extra twist in it as opposed to taking out the twist, and so that when you are core spinning over it, it's like balancing out the core. But I keep trying to avoid that step because I'm lazy. Anyway, so those are some yarns that I've spun, and then I've also this is going to be a Christmas gift, hopefully. I don't think the person watches this podcast, most likely not. So anyway, it's a merino tensile fiber. This is Lost Birds fiber in the Bee Eater colorway, and this is half of it, and the other half,
Bee Eater, B-E-E,
B-E, yes, B-E. It's a type of bird.
Oh, okay. That makes infinitely more sense than
Yes.
somebody eating a bee.
Yes. And then so the other half is already on the bobbin. And I'm going for like a worsted weight, hopefully, with this. Maybe it might be a light worsted weight, but or no, it might actually be more of an Aran weight. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going for worsted-ish weight.
Are you going to do a 2-ply or 3-ply with that?
I'm just doing a 2-ply. It's a gradient, and I think I'm going to... I'll 2-ply it, but, you know, keeping the gradient, sort of. I'm sure there will be some overlap as the colors change, but I don't mind that. So that's all I've got for projects. That was a lot, right?
So what happens when we don't record for 2 weeks?
Yeah, and you have a craft fair that you're trying to
Prepare for.
Yeah. Madly get things ready for. I have other projects too that I want to do that I haven't even started yet. One of them is felted soap. Actually, I've decided I'm going to make some felted soaps. But I'm waiting for the soap. I ordered it online, handmade soap, so.
I have a couple of soaps from the Simple Soap company, and I figured I'd do up a couple little baskets with some washcloths. So we'll see how that actually goes.
Oh, that's right, because you were in that club, right?
Yeah, I'm still in that club. Yeah, and oh my gosh. I cannot tell you, like, how good it smells. Like, when I first get that box in my car, I immediately open that thing up. And just, like, it just smells so good. The only thing I don't like about it is that they put, like, paper confetti inside the box.
Oh, gosh.
So, like, you open up the box and it's like...
It's like a party.
Like, paper confetti.
Yeah. That would get messy pretty quick, I imagine. I love handmade soap, though. I want to make some. I have always wanted to make some, but I have had the hardest time finding lye out here to...
Oh, yeah, because it's technically an explosive chemical.
It's not explosive, I don't think, but it is.
If you add water to it, it is.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess it does generate heat. Anyway, yeah, you cannot obviously ship it very well from the States anyway. They don't like to transport it via airmail. And and it is available in Japan, but
trying to read Japanese kanji about lye.
Well, it was because like in the States you can get lye at the hardware store.
Yes.
You know, if you really want to, if you don't want to ship it from someplace. But here, they don't sell it at hardware stores, which meant that I had to try and track down where you could get it. And I had a Japanese friend who told me you could get it from a pharmacy. So you have to go into a pharmacy, talk to a pharmacist, and
How is lye a pharmaceutical item?
It's used in like it's used in like hair straightening too, I think. I mean, I don't know because we don't sell it at pharmacies in the States usually, as far as I know. But here in Japan, that's where you get it, I guess. As far as I know. This is all I know. I haven't actually tried to obtain any. But yeah, you have to go in and talk to a pharmacist and tell them what you plan on using it for.
It's just like with vaping or using e-cigarettes. Out here, it is illegal to sell the juice or the oil or however you want to call it with nicotine in it, like all. So you have to go to a pharmacist and buy that through a pharmacist.
Interesting. You know, okay. I know this is going to be a little bit strange, but have you ever seen condoms for sale at stores?
No. Out here, no.
Yeah. I don't know where you get condoms in Japan. Probably from a pharmacy as well. But they don't sell them in, like, regular grocery stores and stuff like they do in the States.
Okay. Also, out here in Okinawa, there is a vending machine for everything. So, yeah. And they've done the math on it out here, and there's a vending machine for every 5 people on island. So it's surprising.
Most of them are drink vending machines, although I have come across
cigarette ones.
Well, yeah, they still have cigarette ones. You have to have a special card that you apply for so that you're the right age and all that. But they sell beer out of vending machines. They sell, they have like egg vending machines. Like you can buy fresh eggs. I mean, around here there's like a rice one. People have told me there's one where you can buy like underwear.
I haven't seen the underwear one. I've seen a couple.
I don't know if it was here in Okinawa, but on the mainland. I think on the mainland too. There's more variety, but
well, there's one for cup noodles.
Oh really?
So that one was interesting.
Most of them are just drinks.
Mm-hmm.
A large variety of drinks, but mostly just drinks. Not so much food. There aren't a lot of food vending machines, but a lot of drink vending machines.
No, there's a Family Mart and a Lawson's on every corner, so...
Yeah. But then you can buy drinks there, too.
Mm-hmm. Very, very true.
Anyway. Sorry. Tangent.
Again.
We tend to get off topic a lot, and I apologize. I hope that doesn't drive people too crazy. Because you're probably not watching anymore if it does. So that's all of our projects. Let's get on to what we've done this week and our bird's eye view.
Okay, so for this week, you know me, I do a lot of working, so, there's that. But this last Friday we had, visitors to our branch. They're supposed to provide, some training as well as some standardization, so to be able to change or standardize technically to the branches that are in the States. So there's one, like, it'll be the same thing if you walk into a branch in Omaha, Nebraska, or Okinawa, Japan, so that's interesting. There's some things that they suggest, unfortunately, that I am unable to help with, such as, like, moving things into a specific room that has a problem with mold. So I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't put it in there, because I'm not going to subject my team to mold, so, yeah. And so they're like, yeah, we're noticing Okinawa has some trouble with mold. And of course, my response is, you think?
It's very humid here, so mold is an issue for everybody everywhere.
Everybody loves our dehumidifiers and damp rid.
Yeah.
Gotta love some damp rid. So it's been interesting. Friday was a very, very long day. It started at 6:15 and didn't end until 8:15, so it was a very long day.
Yeah.
And I get to do it again tomorrow, so it's great.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So lots of working.
Yeah, lots of working. My manager has been out on maternity leave, but the problem is that her baby's not coming yet. Like, though admittedly her due date is this coming Saturday, so November 29th. But her last two children were early, so she was expecting her third child to be early.
Oh my gosh, do you see this?
I do see that. That is hilarious.
So, to Danielle's left is a desk, and it has, like, one side of it are, like, 3 drawers, and in between the drawers and the floor is this very narrow space, and somehow my cat has flattened herself under it. And you just saw, like, the legs sprawled out for a second.
And now she has finally released herself from that area and has a mohawk.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was quite a sight, Luna. I wish we could have shared it with you guys.
Without making you motion sickness.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yesterday my husband and I went on a Marine Corps Family Services trip. And we went ice skating.
Fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. In this place called Southern Hills. And so they, not only do they have ice skating, but they have bowling and batting cages and an arcade, pool tables, ping pong, air hockey, like, they have a lot of stuff to do.
Like a family fun center type place.
Exactly, yeah.
Nice.
Though admittedly going ice skating was a little expensive. We went for 2.5 hours and it was 1,700 yen a person. So
that's the case with most things in Japan. It's just a little bit expensive here.
Well, and for how expensive everything was, because everything costs at least $1 in order to do, whether it was the arcade games, whether it was even just eating, like, everything was expensive there. And the facilities were not well kept. but unfortunately that seems to be a common theme in Okinawa. Or at least that's what I have seen. That the buildings tend to get neglected sometimes. But I'm gonna say that it was a lot of fun. We had an intermission or whatever time during it, where somebody came out who is aspiring to be, I do believe, an Olympic competitor, and was able to do a dress rehearsal for us. So she's all in her sparkly garb and everything like that, and there was a couple of times where you could tell that the Zamboni,
Mm-hmm.
Left like bubbles
Not
or
a
something.
smooth spot. Yeah.
And she fell.
Aww.
So I don't know if she's used to practicing in a facility that doesn't have any bubbles, or what. So that was really cool to see, though, but all the Americans were like, ah, when she fell, and all the Japanese were like quiet about it.
Mm.
So it's just seeing another cultural difference.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're apparently suckers for when people fall and want to sympathize. But yeah, I was able to do a little bit of the batting cage, and oh my goodness, I am sore today. And but then today, a lot of the day was spent. I went to church this morning, and this is me admitting my embarrassment, but apparently I had a giant hole in my jeans in the rumpus side when I went to church this morning.
Oh no.
So everybody got to see what color my underwear was this morning. So yeah, that's my embarrassment. But my husband's Marine Corps birthday ball is this evening. I chose not to attend it with him. And so we were working on his uniform and getting his ribbons together and his medals together and all this other stuff. So it's always interesting and fun for Marine Corps birthday balls, but I'm just not very good at them.
I've only been to one, so.
Ball. I've been to two, but both times I ended up getting sick, so
Yeah.
so I've kind of given up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just a lot of work and a little bit of fun, and a lot of knitting.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same story, kind of. I mean, this last week especially, I've really just been dyeing, I've been knitting, I've been crocheting, I've been spinning, I've been doing all those little projects for the craft fair and other things. So lots of little projects. Last week, I think, right before whenever we were supposed to record last, we went to Okinawa World finally, my family and I. And so Okinawa World is kind of like, it's like a theme park, like kind of, they call it an amusement park, but it's not like rides and stuff. It's a cultural theme park kind of place, all Okinawan themed stuff. There's an Okinawan beer here called
Oh, I was thinking of Orion.
No, there's Orion or Orion is a well-known one, but there's also Nihede Biru. So biru is beer. So it's Nihede Biru, but also Nihede Biru is a thank you. Nihede Biru. I think it's thank you in Okinawan. So it's like a play on words in Japanese. So they have like that brewery at Okinawa World. They also make habu sake there, which is it's sake, liquor with a snake, a habu, coiled inside. So it's in a big jar, and the snake is like in there with his jaws open. And they have this like they have a glass wall looking into the habusake factory, I guess, and they have this one of the vats, like you can see into it, and it's just like
all these
coiled snakes, not alive, just in there in this big vat. So that was interesting. They do like a snake show, a habu show, and this guy comes out and he's just like swinging this habu all over the place. All he has is one of those hook, it's like a long rod with a hook on the end. You see it in shows on TV. It's what they usually use to wrangle snakes. So he has a habu, which is a pit viper. They're very poisonous, very and very aggressive. And he's just like swinging this thing around like it's nothing. And they bring out one at some point to demonstrate that these that the habu, the Okinawan habu, they have like heat sensors in close to their noses, and they'll strike at things that are warm. So he puts a balloon, like a normal balloon, in the little cage with the habu, and he doesn't do anything. He just sits there. And then he puts a balloon in that's filled with hot water, and immediately strikes the balloon, and it explodes, and everybody jumps. And then they do another demonstration with a cobra, like the kind of snake that has the hood. And he just has this cobra, like, sitting next to him, and he's kind of kicking it with his, not kicking it, but he's, like, putting his boot up to its face, and it kind of hisses and goes for him. And then to demonstrate that while habu will strike in 360 degrees, they're aware of everything around them, the cobra is like it doesn't know what's going on behind its hood. So he leans over this cobra and is like waving his hand behind its head, and then he smacks it, like actually smacks the snake in the head. Did you see the habu show when you went?
I was like, they're gonna fight a habu against a mongoose. I don't want to see that.
No, they didn't do that. They did do so they did the cobra thing. They had a water race between a mongoose and a habu. So they have these like two plexiglass tubes, and they're half filled with water, and then they drop the habu, and then they drop the mongoose. They're separate. They don't go for each other. I'm sure it's still considered animal cruelty in the States somehow to put on a show like this. Yeah, but different laws here. So this mongoose like swims as fast as possible all the way across this tube, and the habu just kind of sits there. And I guess that's what they were using that to demonstrate that the habu can hold his breath for 30 minutes underwater. Oh my gosh.
Just
feeling lover over here.
Just feeling the love. You're just all types of antsy today, huh? Then
they have these awesome caves. And we walked through the whole like tunnel. Emrys, my son, is 2, and he even walked all the way through. And they are amazing. Like, there are waterfalls, there are these pools, and they've got them all lit up, and there are stalactites and stalagmites just everywhere, and there are big caves, there are small areas, small tunnels. it's amazing, and it was beautiful. So that was really cool. We walked through the cave. We went to the Asa show. Asa dance is a traditional Okinawan like drum dance. That was good. I mean, we walked through this whole place. We really tried to do everything. And then it's like you don't get to the weaving, and they have this like craft village within Okinawa World, but it's at the very end. So by the time we got there, I mean, I have a toddler with me. We've been there all day. It's way past nap time. So I kind of like took some quick snapshots, but I wasn't able to stop and do any of the weaving or the dyeing, unfortunately. I would love to go back. I plan on going back. It was cool. It's a very cool place to visit. So anyway, I did Okinawa World. I taught a spinning class.
Hey, alright.
And what else?
Got some more conversions to the fibery world.
What's that?
Got some more conversions to the
Yes,
fibery
yeah,
world.
she was very excited about it, so it was fun. She was it was just one student again. I've had a lot of like no-shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lately. People often sign up and then they just don't come to the class, so.
But do they pay for it?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes they pay and they don't come. Sometimes they don't pay, but it's like I still get a percentage pay even if they don't show up, because it's supposed to be controlled by the Arts and Crafts Center. So if they don't cancel the class, like, and I show up, like, they consider that, like, I was supposed to have a student. So they do give you a percentage, so.
Very cool.
Yeah. What else?
I'm so sorry, Luna. You're making it snow up in here.
Yeah, she's very shitty right now. I don't know. Those were the highlights. And like I said, I've been working on projects like crazy. So we're almost going on an hour here, so we'll try and
hurry it along.
Yeah, that's all. Those are the major points.
All right. Do you have any bird calls?
Well, okay, so that question we asked you guys was if you had any yarn ball winder, any like cake winder recommendations or whatever. We're both looking for new ball winders, and yeah, some people responded and they had very good information, very helpful. And actually through one of those links that somebody posted, I found the Fiber Artist Supply Company, and they have a ball winder that is now, I think, the one I'm going to get. It's a wooden ball winder. You can change the position of the yarn guide that feeds the yarn into the winder, or helps feed it in. And it has good reviews, and it has it doesn't have ball bearings or gears or anything. It uses a drive belt, so that's an easy part to replace.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it uses actually like the same kind of material as like my spinning wheel, as the Ladybug.
Very cool.
As that drive band. So yeah. So I think that's the one that's going on my wish list. Yeah, I haven't purchased it yet, but that's the one. And actually, the Fiber Artist Supply Company, they have like very affordable fiber tools for weaving, for spinning. They have Amish style swifts that are very, very affordable. Like your umbrella swift is breaking down. You might want. You've used mine.
Right.
That's from the Fiber Artist Supply company, and it's very affordable. I think they're like $25 or less.
Oh, awesome.
And they're simple. You know, the more moving parts, I'm a firm believer in simplicity. And Amish Swifts are simple but versatile. And if something breaks, you know, they're easy to repair or to find a replacement for. And anyway, so I have some nitty naughties from them. I have the Swift, and now I want the ball winder for sure. How about you? Any bird calls?
Yeah, we had when we were talking about copyright, we had a response via YouTube.
Oh, really?
And
I didn't see that.
there's a copyright forum on Ravelry. So if you have any questions specifically about copyright, there's this a great location on Ravelry that you can go to.
Yeah. Actually, interestingly, after we had discussed that, I came across more information online as well, and there's a Facebook page of some sort that has to do with copyright. I cannot remember the exact name of the page, but it's I found it through the Fiber Artists Facebook page. So
very cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being very vague right now with names. I'll try and do better. Okay, well, that's cool.
I think her name is Penny. So thank you, Miss Penny.
Thanks. Did you get any mail?
I'm
sorry. Was that all your bird calls?
Yes, and
okay.
I got some mail.
You did?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Miss Luna. I am going to have to move you. I got some mail.
Oh my gosh! All of that. Oh,
so
is this for your sweater set?
Yes, this is for my sweater sets, and so I ordered. There's crinkling involved. I apologize. I ordered some Knit Picks Brava, and I need essentially 2 balls to make the hat and the set. So the sweater, the hat, and the socks.
Booties, yeah, socks.
Booties. So I got several different colors.
I like the colors. Oh, I actually really like that peach color.
I'm gonna say this almost. Well, that is not showing up through the plastic at all. So I got this very kind of baby pink.
Baby pink, yeah.
Kind of a navy midnight blue. Kind of a orangey color. It's kind of a salmon.
What is that one called? Is that coral?
It's called seashell.
Oh, okay.
And these are all worsted weight, by the way. Let's see. And then I have this one's coral.
Okay.
And that's showing up a little bit more red, but it's close. And I'm just gonna bury myself in yarn. And kind of a purpley color. This one's called Lady Slipper. That was interesting. So I'm like, it's got a cool name, you know, I gotta buy it. And then I was thinking of also making a couple adult hats. So I was thinking of making some stockinette hats with fingering weight. So we'll see how that actually goes. On whether or not I'll stay with the fingering weight or I'll find some like super bulky yarn that I need to But yeah, so this is some Knit Picks chroma in the fingering weight, like I was saying. And this one's Hollyhock. And then or I was thinking of either that or making wedge scarves. Have you ever seen that? Where you just like you cast on one and then
keep increasing
and then switch it up and essentially turn it around and increase on the other side, so it ends up making like these giant triangles. But it's still in like a rectangular shape. And I mean, That one's...
Were you knitting one before with some chroma? Okay,
Yeah.
then yes.
I made one for my sister, I do believe.
Yeah.
And in it's like pink colorways. And she seemed to really like it, so maybe we'll find somebody else who wants a hat and scarf set thing going on there.
Very cool. So you got lots of knitting to do in the next 2 weeks.
Yes, indeed. I will be eating, sleeping, breathing, knitting. Hopefully my hands will hold up. I'm doing a pretty good job of setting timers for myself, like knitting for 10 minutes, and then I have to go find something to do for the next 5. So
yeah, that's a good way to do it. I got mail too.
Hey!
So, I don't need this, just like lots of things that I end up buying. But I got some beautiful new fiber from Mirla Fiber Arts. It's Mirla. There's one of her little stickers, that card things that she puts in. She does really pretty art bats and some dyed roving and stuff. And she actually also just launched a Kickstarter. She's trying to fund the expansion of her fiber arts business. So, she has some, like gifts, I guess, if you donate. So definitely go look for her on Kickstarter, Mirla Fiber Arts. But she was having a sale, like 45% off in her store. Wow. And I could not resist. I just couldn't, because I always see her fiber and it's beautiful, and I've wanted to try it.
How do you resist 45% off?
And I couldn't. That's how.
Yeah, there we are.
So this is a braid that I got, and I got this because it's actually Optim Merino. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Where'd that card go?
Did
I take it back?
Is it over there?
Oh yes, it is. Yeah, Optim. OPTIM Merino. This is a 5-ounce braid. And what Optim Merino is, do not ask me like exactly how this process happens, but they take the merino fibers and they stretch them and they thin them out. So they end up being very, very fine. Like they almost have a cashmere like feel. So it's a very fine fiber, very soft, and it's usually very expensive, which I haven't, which is why I haven't really
gotten a hold of it before.
Yeah, I just haven't never tried it before. So this was a really good opportunity to try some. So, and it's very soft, and
you'll have to tell us how it spins up.
Yeah, I'm interested to see myself how it spins up. So there's that. And then I got a bat of hers as well. It's a 5-ounce bat. They're kind of matching colorways. Or they're complementary in any way. In any case, I think that I could ply them together if I want. So I got one of her big art bats. And let's see, it's got superfine merino, silk, noil, tencel, Angelina, and I guess regular merino as well, as opposed to superfine. It's very sparkly. I don't know if it's picking it up, but yeah, look at that. Okay, so obviously I don't need fiber. I have plenty of my own. I dye it, I make my own bats, but it's always so much fun to try other people's bats and things as well. So I am very much looking forward to that. And I got it on sale, so don't judge me.
No judging. No. We had a question real quick, like.
Oh, we do.
Somebody asked us if we are recording in an office.
Oh. Yeah, sort of. This is the room in my home that is used as an office / recording studio / fiber studio / craft room /
computer room
/
music room.
It's the extra room in our house that, besides bedrooms and the living room, that my husband and I share for all of our hobbies. So most of the room is actually his, and it's behind you and you can't see it, but like 1, 2...
I can see at least 4 musical instruments currently.
Oh, at least, yeah.
And one of them is over 7 feet long.
Yeah. There's a huge drum set in here. There's a little piano. There's amps. And my husband has a lot of musical equipment in here. So really a majority of the room is his. And then I have the wall that's behind us. And so, and I have a closet too. So what happens is I have to move things around a lot, you know, like I just have to take one project out at a time, one thing out at a time, and work on it. Although currently, thank goodness you cannot see behind us because there's a table back there that's just covered with everything that I've been doing for this craft fair. So anyway, it is an office, sort of. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, the answer is yes, but no.
Yes, and no. Yes, it is an everything room, including an office. So we are over an hour now. I think we should call it a night, and we will hopefully talk to you guys next week. Although it is Thanksgiving weekend, so I guess it depends on how we're feeling.
Yep.
Gonna be honest right now. We may or may not record next week. And
there might be too much turkey involved.
There might be. We might all be in comas. And
though I have to work the day after.
Oh, you do? Mm-hmm. Actually, I have to teach a class, I think, so we'll see.
Yep, we'll see how it goes.
No promises. But certainly the week after that. We won't leave you hanging for too long. So we'll talk to you guys again soon.
Thank you. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.